Good morning guys, and welcome back to another van vlog. Today I want to tell you a story about motocross racing, but with a twist. And yeah, let's just get straight into it, to be honest. Now I went to do, as if any of you have been following the channel, and you know, I did one of my first major events that I raced in motocross was the British Championships at Wagdon Farm, Torrington. And whenever you do a race, obviously the guys that know will already know this, but for anyone that doesn't, when you race you have to go through what's called scrutineering. So they check your helmet, so it's got a gold stamp, so your helmet is eligible to be worn in a racing situation. Then they go through your bike to make sure your bike is, again, safe to race. You know, your wheel bearings aren't falling off, a chain's not hanging on the floor. You know, like I said, it's a safety thing. All racing vehicles have to go through scrutineering, whether it's rally cars or, you know, motocross bikes, enduro bikes. You all go through scrutineering purely for safety. Now, although yes, I can ride, and yes, I could ride, and whether it be mountain bikes, motorbikes, cars, whatever, although I'm confident at what I can do, I'm not a confident person per se. And I know it doesn't seem to make sense, but I have 100% confidence in my abilities and what I can do. But I would never stand here or sit here in this situation and say, yeah, I'm amazing, I can do this, I can do that, because I'm not. I would say for any of my skills, I can do what I can do. But there's so many people that make me look ridiculously rubbish. You know, there's a lot of incredibly talented guys out there who are phenomenal, who make it look easy. I mean, effortlessly easy. And I don't, I like I said, I've said before in other vlogs, I'm a Group A motocross racer, level riding, and I was an expert in enduros and hare and hounds. Totally different kettle of fish, totally different style of riding. But anyway, back to the story. So I'm stood in the queue with my bike, with my helmet, and with my boots and kit on, waiting for scrutineering. And I'm stood there, and the guy in front of me has, now my bike's brand new, it was at the time, it was brand new, WR, which is an enduro bike, 450 4-stroke. And the guy in front of me had a brand spanking new CRF 450 motocross bike, and this thing is beautiful. I mean, beautiful. It's got all the trick kit. It's got, I'll say names, I know some of you won't know what they are, but the guys that do know will understand. But the guys that don't understand, just trust me, it's just bristling with expense and money. Then it's probably an easy way of saying it. So XL, it's had Talon hubs, XL rims, and work suspension, like where my bike is just on the standard kit it come from the showroom in, which is perfectly adequate, but it's not high end. Obviously everything's built to a budget, you then improve on it. This thing's got titanium exhaust on it, and it's got a whole shot device which keeps the nose down for when you come off the line, to just keep the power down and not wheelie everywhere. Yeah, it's just, like I said, it's bristling with money, lots and lots of money. It's probably, the kit on this bike is worth more than my entire bike, without including just the standard bike. But it was a thing of beauty, absolute beauty. It looked like a works bike. So the guys that are paid to be there, who are there to win championships, and that, it just looked like one of those. It was stunning. And then I look across at him, and he's dripping in money. It was beautiful. He just had the most amazing kit. Now again, don't get me wrong, I'm running, back then I think Tech 8s, Alpine Star Tech 8s, and I had nice kit, but it was, let's say, I don't know, middle of the road kit, nice stuff, but I'm not, I'm not a rich guy. I buy what I can afford. I get the best kit I can afford for safety. I spend more on my safety gear than I do my riding kit then. So I had an amazing, really good armour, good back protector, great boots, but my kit is my kit. It only gets covered in mud and ripped anyway, but whatever. But this guy, like, his helmet probably wasn't far off what my bloody bike cost. So this guy looks like a works rider. As you know, the motocross riders out there will understand what I'm saying, and I apologise to people that don't. And I'm just like, he's literally brought me down psychologically. I'm like, wow, you know, this guy's amazing, you know. And there's absolutely no reason for me to feel this way. No reason. It's my own head. So that's my own stupidity. And anyway, so I go out and qualify Group A. Actually, I qualify second or third in Group A. It's good qualification. It's good, really, but whatever. So I go down. Obviously, because I qualified then, I line up on the gate where I want to line up, pretty much. I'm one of the first people on the gate. And lo and behold, this guy in front of me from scrutineering pulls up next to me. I'm like, just wow, isn't it? Just really? And he fires his bike up and it sounds amazing. It's just so crisp and so angry. And I'm just sat like, oh, really? You could have gone anywhere other than just next to me. And I'm beat. In all honesty, he's beat me before I've even started the race. He's just, yeah. I just felt so crap, to be honest. And like I said, it's all in my own head, and I'm being stupid about it. But yeah, he's there, and I've just sat there feeling really, really crap. So anyway, I fire my bike up, warm it up, and revving it, and you know, the 30-second board comes up. And sorry to you guys who don't know, so when you're on a race, you sat on a gate and you get a 30-second board, then a 5-second board, then you glare at the gate, sit on your rev limiter, the gate drops, away you go. So the 30-second board comes, so I'm getting ready, getting in position. 5-second board comes up and I'm just bouncing off a rev limiter, looking down at the gate drops, bang, and away we go. And that's it. So I'm thinking, you know, here we go, let's see how we get on. And just as soon as the gate drops, luckily I get out of my head, thank God. And it's just all about overtake everyone in front of you. Don't care who they are, whatever, just keep overtaking. And eventually, if you keep overtaking, you'll either be at the front, or you know, you'll get as far as you can get at your skill level. So that's what I do. My attitude is overtake everyone in front of me, and obviously they all want to overtake me, and that is what it is. And the start is the only place on a track you can overtake 39 other people in one hit, because after that you're just picking your way through people, or they're picking their way through the people as well, and you end up where you end up. So I'm just on it now, don't care, is what it is, smashing through the field. And obviously I'm getting overtaken loads as well. Like I said, I'm not amazing, lots of the guys out there are. And so I'm smashing around the track, and I think, you know, good 10-15 minutes in, I'm like, catch up with this rider. And obviously he might have gone down, but it's this guy, you know, and I just ripped past him. And like, yeah, obviously he could have fallen off or whatever, but the minute I overtook him, I'm like, why on earth did I let this guy get in my head just for looking amazing, you know? He obviously either made a mistake, or obviously he was quick enough to have qualified in that category. So he's not a slow rider by any stretch, don't get me wrong. But I let that guy get in my head and really beat me down, and he hadn't done nothing. He, you know, could have been the nicest guy on the planet. I'm not picking on this guy at all. It's myself. I'm the idiot, not him. And I just literally, as I overtook him, and like I said, it could have been anything. Bike could have damaged, or he could have crashed, but I still ripped past him for whatever reason. And yeah, and it just shows it literally doesn't matter who on earth you are, it's your talent or your misfortune. He had misfortune, I overtook him, you know. It is what it is on that day, whether you've got the best bike on the track or whether you've got the worst bike on the track. If your skill level is at that point where you can make the most of whatever you're on, that's all that matters. And someone told me a very, very long time ago, and it's so true, that it's not about what you've got. the fastest ride, not the, it's not, oh sorry, I'll reword that. It's not about being the fastest rider, it's about having the most fun. And ironically enough, normally the fastest rider isn't having the most fun, because the fastest rider actually is out there to win championships and to get points. And if he isn't first, he ain't happy. That guy is basically pissed right off that he ain't winning. Where the guys mid-pack and behind know they can't win. I'm one of those guys. We know we can't win. We know we're never going to be those top guys going for championships and whatever else. So we're just happy to be out there in that field and qualifying in the higher category. So for us, we're having an amazing time. And the fact we're in a higher category, maybe we qualified better than we were expecting, is way better than the poor bugger at the front who's got all the skill and he's amazing, but he don't want to be second, he don't want to be third, he wants maximum points, he wants that big trophy. So he actually, to a point, if he's second, he ain't happy, is he? He's not buzzing that he's out in that category or whatever. He's pissed right off because there's someone in front of him who he don't want in front of him. So yeah, and it was whoever, I can't even remember who told me, so, but whoever told me that is just so true, so true. And I've met people in my time of racing, and I've done a lot of races, and especially doing hare and hounds and enduros, who have gone out, you know, there's all these guys like, you know, nice one and wearing decent, proper kit, decent's the wrong word, and there's guys out there in coveralls, overalls and a pair of wellies, and they're out, you know, and they're fast. I mean, truly fast. But if you look at them on the line, you think it's some, you know, some guy just out having a knock around, you know, and just a bit of fun, really. But no, never read a book by its cover, because you have no idea how good that person truly is. And there's a lot of people now who've got very successful channels, I'll give them a due, out there on what other people would call inferior machinery and absolutely owning it and putting people who've loved themselves to shame because they've got all the gear and no idea. And I think there's a guy on a channel with I think he's got an XR 400 or something, but he's a top rider, he's a truly top rider and a very talented guy, showing that it ain't all about the bike, it's all about the skill. And that guy is amazing, and hats off to you, mate. I sorry I don't know your name, but you're a very talented guy, and good on you for doing what a lot of people would love to do. So, you know, just a little story, and getting out of my own head was the best thing I could have ever done, and that guy taught me that instantly. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed it, and again, chuck it in the comments if you've done the same thing or you've had the same thing happen to you, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and you know, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.